Hello, I'm going to show you how to make a prop using paper mache with what is readily available in your households. What you would need is old newspapers or any type of paper that you have, some old cardboard boxes, glue, scissors, a paintbrush, a small cup, and paint. So what I'm doing right now is I'm about to draw the outline of the prop that I am making. So go ahead, take your cardboard boxes, and if you need to, cut them into a smaller piece if you only need a small piece, and draw the outline of whatever you want to make. As for me, I'm making a simple knife design. I like knives. And there we go, we have our simple knife design. So I've taken the liberty to cut out the outline, as I don't think you guys don't need to see that. And as you can see, I didn't cut out the guard the same way because I planned to make it into a separate one. And this is why. Is how to make a simple yet effective guard. Not the most elegant, but it does its job. Oh, and don't forget to put glue on the guard because it would and will come off while you're doing the paper mache later on. Now, the next step would be for you to mix glue and water, hence the cup. As you can see, I've already pre-mixed mine, and I do prefer 1 part water and 1 part glue, although sometimes I do 2 parts glue and 1 part water. Next up, you're gonna want to cut your newspaper or whatever type of paper you want into strips. As you can see, I'm doing so right now. Although for a small prop, my cut is going a bit too thick. You may want to use smaller and thinner strips than what I have done. So now we go to the actual paper mache part. So as you can see, I am putting on the glue water onto the prop and lathering it up with glue water, and then putting on the piece of paper that we cut earlier. Just lather it up, make sure that the piece of paper is nice, wet, and all covered in that gluey goodness. And make sure that there are no air bubbles underneath the paper. It would lead to a weaker product. Press down with a finger if need be, but if not, just use a paintbrush if you don't want to use your finger. But I do suggest using fingers for harder to pop air bubbles. Now that it's all covered up, all we need to do is wait for it to dry out, which can take between 2 to 4 hours at best, at worst overnight. So now that it's all dried up, the last thing we're gonna do is to paint it. Oh, make sure it's really dried up because you might have trouble if it's still wet inside. Now, as you can see, I'm planning on painting it black because I am planning on painting it with silver, gold, and brown, and I want to make the silver and gold stand out a bit. So that's why I'm painting the whole thing black. And there we go. We have made a very simple yet elegant prop. Good for plays, simple cosplays, maybe toys for your kids if you want to have a bonding session. Now, here's something that I made 6 years ago, and as you can probably tell, it looks old, but yet it looks pretty sturdy. And that's the beauty of using paper mache. It makes simple props such as these sturdy that it lives longer. And this is definitely going on the wall. And who knows, maybe in the next vid, I'll teach you guys how to make something like this. But for now, I guess, thanks for watching.